Hello and welcome back to Will's World Reviews and More. This is a video today that I'm going to show off my wrestling figure collection as a whole. I know for the past couple of weeks, or maybe more, I've been doing individual figure reviews, and they were the kind of ones that were unboxings that I'd bought new. Whereas there were a couple of figures that I had in my collection that I'd got off the second-hand market, and I wanted to show those off too. Originally I was going to do them in individual videos, but I figured they would probably end up being really short, so why not kind of like cram them all in one. I will also be going over the ones that I did do reviews on, just to give you guys a little bit of a better look, because I know the videos I did were quite dark. This will just give you a bit of a snapshot of them in case you're wondering what they look like in more detail. So, start off with my favourite figure. Did a review on him yesterday, and that's Mr. Dean Ambrose. I won't go over him too much because, like I said, I went over him in the video. This is just to give you guys a bit of a clearer picture of him. Love this figure. Think he's probably my favourite. Can't decide, but there's really nice details in there. I like the belt as well. I'm going to get, hopefully, because he's my favourite wrestler, once they release him in his new attire, his Lunatic Fringe attire, I'm going to pick that up as well. So that's Mr. Dean. Let's put him down somewhere over there, nice and safe. Ugh. Next one we got is CM Punk. Did a review on him yesterday as well. Here he is in his hoodie. Nice details, didn't realise that on the actual wrist. These two are both elite, Dean Ambrose and CM Punk, so you know the articulation of them already. Logo on the jacket, and on the back of his trunks as well, you can see. Very nice. I'll just take his jacket down a bit so you can see the nice tattoo details on him. I'd say very nice figure, pleased with that one as well. Like I said, I did a more detailed review of him yesterday, so if you're interested in that, go check that out. Like I say, I'm just showing you him now because of the collection and also because it was quite dark. Continuing on with that theme, we have Mr. Roman Reigns. He's a basic figure, so he's got basic articulation. Nice detail on the tattoo there. So that's Mr. Roman Reigns. What else we got? Seth Rollins. Nice detail on the hair, obviously, and on the vest. Very nice. Again, basic articulation. So one more now of the actual ones I've already done reviews on. And that, of course, is the first one I did, Elite Kane. Again, that video was quite dark, so you may not have seen all the detail on him. You can see all the detail on his suit now. And what I really do love about these Elite figures, Mattels, is that they do get the size difference. I mean, look at that. You can tell the difference between Kane and Seth Rollins, which is good, because sometimes you probably have a Rey Mysterio figure the same size of a Kane in Jax, which was never going to work, really, was it, in terms of scale. So that's Kane. I'll say his mask does come off, in case you're wondering. Go check out my video of him. So now, guys, we're on to the ones that I picked up over the years. I say years, last year. I say years because some of these ones I actually had when I was a kid and I've rebought. And the one I'm going to start with is Edge. Now this figure I remember getting for my 12th, 13th maybe birthday, Christmas, sorry. And it was my favourite, absolute favourite toy. And I don't know why I gave it away. I picked this guy up about a year and a half ago at a like a yard sale, as you call it in America, car boot sale, and I was so impressed to find him because he was my favourite by a mile. I think it was before they did the scanning head sculpts, but you can see it has quite a nice likeness to Edge. He's got his hair, he's got his black trench coat. I loved Edge's attire when it was like this. I'm not sure whether it was supposed to be red or pink, but I remember having this toy and thinking, this is a really, really cool toy, and I loved it. I absolutely did. The only thing that really pissed me off was that you can take the jacket off, but this on his sleeves and not part of the jacket is painted on, so you take the jacket off and you just have two sleeves, which is really weird. But you can see on the bottom it has the Titantron pegs, so you could put this on the Titantron if you had the ring and it would play his music. From what I can tell, it is a 1999 Jax live toy. Articulation on these guys were kind of basic really, but you can see he swivels a bit. He's got a bit of a joint. But generally, they were really nice figures, and say this was one of my favourites. So I was really pleased to pick that up. I picked him up with this guy. which is The Rock. Again, same problem. He's got a jacket on here, but the sleeves are actually painted on. And I think I had this guy as a kid as well, so that was kind of making me think that when I gave these away, someone bought them, and I ended up buying them back off that person because we obviously live in a quite small town. It could have happened, may not have, may not. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just being kind of nostalgic and thinking that I kind of got the same thing as I had when I was a kid. But the detail on the Rock is not great again face wise, but they've got a pretty good likeness. Say it was before scanning. Again, he's a Titantron, and he is 2000 Jack's toy. Same articulation. Again, a nice figure, really. Nice to have in my collection. Like, I stopped watching Edge before he became the Rated R superstar, so this is how I remember him, and how he was always one of my favourites, and that was one of the reasons why, because the figure was so great. Next, we'll move on to a slightly controversial one, which is Chris Benoit. Obviously controversial because of what happened, but let's not talk about that because I'm not here to talk about that. We're talking about his wrestling ability, and he was always one of my favourite wrestlers just because he was so tough, really. This was the first figure that I picked up since collecting them again, and I picked him up because he was cheap, and because of all the controversy and everything, I wanted to kind of have one just to say I've got a Chris Benoit figure, but don't remember this attire too much, so it must have been his later attire when I stopped watching it. His face sculpt and everything, but it's quite nice figure to have in the collection still. Articulation wise, he's got a bit more developed. It's not a Titantron figure, it's a 2003 Jakks Pacific. So there's Chris. Moving on to the next one I picked up, which was Stone Cold Steve Austin. Every collection has to have a Stone Cold. I think this was the only one I could find. It's not one of my favourite Stone Colds. I really want to hopefully get like a really detailed one, maybe an Elite or something. But no, this is Austin again. I think it might have been one I had when I was a kid. I can't remember, but you can see it has all the Austin details on there: the shorts, the shirt, the expression. Again, articulation wise, just basic really. Nothing major. I don't think his head's a bit stiff, but this is a Titantron figure, and this is 1999 Jakks. So again, would have worked on your Titantron if you had it. I still have it. Now moving on to more recent acquisitions in the last year or so. And this is Shawn Michaels, probably with Dean Ambrose and CM Punk. Is one of my favourite figures just because Shawn Michaels is one of my favourite wrestlers. This arm is bad articulation wise because it's been glued. Pick this off the second-hand market. Like I say, I was going to say the Stone Cold, the Benoit, along with Edge, and Stone Cold and Benoit were picked up off second-hand market. Edge and the Rock were car boot. This was second-hand market as well. And I just went specifically one day to get a Shawn Michaels figure, and I was lucky to have this one. Quite a nice one. Not one of the best Shawn Michaels, but it's still got nice detail. You can see he's got his tattoo, long hair, and his nice little detailed shorts. So can't complain really with that. It's nice to have a Shawn Michaels figure. Like hopefully again, because he's one of my favourite wrestlers, like along with Austin. I think I'll pick up a more detailed figure in the future. And this is 2003 Jakks Pacific. So big fan of Shawn Michaels. I think he's probably my favourite all-time wrestler. Can't wait for his new book to come out in February. As for why I like him, I don't know really, because he only really came back just as I was kind of moving on from wrestling. Maybe 2 years after he stayed, 2 years after he came back, I moved on. But he's just because he's a Christian like me, and also because of his work ethic. Reading his book and everything, he's one of my favourites, and I can't wait to get the WWE Network and relive all his best matches. Really, so that's Shawn. And then the last two I've got to show you, I picked up last week or week before, going on second-hand market. First one is Chris Jericho. Again, I picked Chris up because I thought every collection should have a Chris Jericho. Nice detail on his attire. This is the Jericho I remember, not with the short hair or the short trunks. This is the Jericho I remember with the goatee. Undisputed champion Jericho, long trousers. And that's how I want to remember him, really. Really nice detail on this figure. Picked this guy up for $250. Not a bad price. Chris Benoit was $250. Austin was $2.50. Edge and The Rock figures were only £1 each. I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it? Shawn Michaels was £2, I think. So I've done with it well, really. I like picking figures off the market, nostalgic reasons. That's Jericho. He's not a Titantron because I think he's quite a later one. Let's have a look. 2003, Jax. Nice figure. Chris Jericho. And the last one has to be Triple H. You know, no collection is complete without the game. Say what you want about him. I always liked him just because I remember his 2002 return and it was just electrifying. I remember him getting injured and I was so excited when he came back. So I had to pick this up. There was quite a few Triple H's in the basket where all the this is off second-hand market as well. And this was $2.50, but this was the best one really. You can get his face sculpt. You can just tell it's Triple H. Again, this is how I remember him with the long hair, not with a shaved head. He's got his knee braces and his elbow pads. It's a nice touch. And then on the back there you've got his logo. No Titantron again. This one, 2003 Jax. So I mean, they're kind of all from that period really. Really nice figure. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to give you that kind of overview collection. Like I said, I mean, you can see in a more better light now, and that's what I wanted, really. As for the next videos, I'm going to probably start doing Power Rangers again. That's the objective now. I've done all the wrestling figures. Like I say, I'm hoping to pick up some more as I go along, and I'll just do videos like individual ones again to show you them. And also, when I get the network, I'm going to start doing retrospective reviews as well, along with current pay-per-view reviews like Royal Rumble. So stay tuned for that. Really appreciate all the subscribers I've had recently. That really is what I do this for. I just want to hear your comments as well, your opinions on things. So keep liking, subscribing, and commenting. And yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. So peace.